Hi. We've been talking about angles for a long time, and we've covered a variety of different types of angles. Now, let's put it to the test with a couple problems that you might see on your tests or quizzes that combine everything we've learned about angles with a bit of new information that we'll work through together. So it starts with two pairs of parallel lines. It's a bit of a mouthful, but I'm going to call them A and B. We have another line that intersects both. We call these types of lines that intersect parallel lines transversals. Funny name, a little sci-fi sounding. This is a transversal, right? And we form quite a lot of angles. I'm going to number them just for convenience, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And on a hypothetical, imaginary test or quiz, let's say you get this problem, and you're told only this. The measure of angle 7 is 65 degrees. Find every other angle. You might look and say, okay, that's impossible. There is no way that I can find every other angle. I've only been given one, and there are literally 8. What am I supposed to do? Well, we use what we know, and we find out what we don't. So let's start by replacing this 7 with 65 degrees. Let's look at things that we know. Well, I look here and say, hey, look at this. Look at this angle, and look at this angle. They're kind of opposites, which reminds me of vertical angles. And vertical angles are congruent. So if this is 65 degrees, well then this has to be 65 degrees as well. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I'm going to say, hey look, this is a flat line. That means this combined angle here, right, this whole thing, has to be 180 degrees. These, angle 5 and angle 6, are supplementary. So angle 5 plus angle 6 equals 180 degrees. Well, and we know angle 6 is actually 65 degrees. So we actually have things pretty good for ourselves. We can say, just by a simple algebraic equation then, that angle 5 has to be 115 degrees. Excellent. And lo and behold, I spot a vertical angle here between angle 5 and angle 8. They're opposites, right? So that means this is also 115 degrees. Yahoo! We've solved like half of our problem, but there's still a whole half left. What are we going to do? Well, not to worry. There's one angle property that saves our lives here, and that is called corresponding angles. It basically says, hey, if you have a situation like this, you have a transversal intersecting a parallel line. Angles that are in the same position on both, lines, they're congruent. What does that mean? We'll look at, say, angle 2 and angle 6. They're in the same position. They're, above here, and they're kind of forced into this angle. These are in the same position, so they're going to be equal. Same can be said for, angle 7 and angle 3. They're on the bottom, they're on the left side. They are going to have the same measure. So that means we know all the angles in our problem here. We know that since 6 is 65, this is 65. Since this is 65, 3 is 65. Since 8 and 5 are both 115, so are 1 and 4. And we have solved our entire problem. That is the magic of angles. So that was every single angle property we might have to use. And this is a great example of problems that involve that. So I hope this helped you. And now we're going to move on to another new and exciting topic, areas. And don't worry, we'll still keep angles and areas, but we're going to go even further. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I hope you have a great day.